Hi, thanks so much for stopping by. This is Anna's Aqua Home where I sew, craft, and DIY. I love making things for my home and also to give as gifts. And I'm actually not keeping the project that I'm working on today. A friend reached out to me and asked if I could make a happy birthday banner. So I'll try to put a picture maybe here of the inspiration pic. If I was doing this for myself, it would probably look a little bit different. I probably wouldn't use the primary colors, but do something more aqua. But I have a whole bunch of primary polka dot colors. So that's what I'm working on. I had pulled all of these out. The only one I needed was an orange one. I actually have several like rainbow projects that I've kept in mind and I want to work on. All I needed was this orange polka dot, so I went and picked up some of that at Hobby Lobby, and so I had a whole stack of these. So then I had to figure out what kind of banner I want to use, whether I want to do just the V-shaped or whether I want to do like the one that has two little points at the end. So I think I'm just going to go with the V-shaped one. I have an idea on how I'm going to make that pattern. If I just do a V, when I fold it over to put the loop through, so it needs to have a loop at the top to put either ribbon or string or something to hang it. I don't want it to stick out the ends. So I'm going to show you how I'm going to make my pattern. In my mind I have this all set where it's going to, I'm folding over the top so that when I fold it over it'll work. So hopefully that will go as planned in this video. But thanks so much for stopping by and I hope you enjoy this idea and make one for yourself. Here are all my beautiful polka dot fabrics. I absolutely love all of these together. I think it's going to turn out really well. So to make my template for this, I'm going to fold a piece of computer paper in half and go ahead and mark that right in the center. And then on the opposite end, I'm going to fold it down 1 inch. Once that is folded over, you can go ahead and fold the piece in half again. And I'm going to mark from the middle to the edge. And to do this, I just used a pen and then the ruler that I used for my rotary cutter. During this time, I was really tempted just to use my rotary cutter to cut this, but I know it's really bad to use your fabric scissors and your rotary cutter on paper since it will dull the blade. So I resisted that urge and just used my regular scissors to cut the paper. Now that we have our template, we can go ahead and start cutting out all of the fabric pieces from our polka dot fabrics. Because it's a bunch of straight lines, I used my rotary cutter and ruler, and this worked really well. I decided to use this blue as the back of all my banner pieces. So I cut a bunch of those and now it's just a matter of lining a backing piece up and a front piece up and sewing them together, making sure to leave a place at the top where you don't sew in order to flip it inside out. Alright, well this is going really well. I am sewing through most of these. And then as I'm doing it, Here are a couple I flipped out just to see how they look, and then I still have a few more to go. But let me tell you, I guess I am distracted as I am sewing because you're supposed to put right sides together. Twice I have done the wrong side on this blue fabric. I don't know what's up with me. The first time I had to seam rip it, and then a couple minutes later I did the same exact thing. Not only that, one of them I also had to redo because I ran out of bobbin halfway through. So I'm just having a difficult time, but I think they're going to turn out really, really cute. I'm just going to continue sewing them all around, leaving an opening. You can see the edges. It doesn't just come to a point, but there's how it looks. You saw my little template that it wasn't exactly a V shape. And then before I flip them over, I am trimming all the corners just so that they lay a little bit flatter. But yeah, this is turning out really, really nice. I'm liking how it's going, and so I'm going to see you next when I'm ready to iron. All right, I'm proud of myself. They're all ironed down. All right, each one, I ironed the top up. So now we're gonna go around and sew 1/8 of an inch, or as close as you can to the edge, all the way around. I'm gonna do that to all of them, and then I'm gonna go back and fold it over across the top, kind of right where that point is, fold it, and then sew a line across. So that way it'll look pretty much like this on the front. And I don't know yet exactly what I'm going to string through. I was thinking I have this polka dot ribbon, and it's about 3/8 of an inch probably, and so I think if I sew this it'll fit perfectly through there. So I may use this, I may use some yarn or just regular ribbon or string, I don't know. I'm thinking I'm going to use this, but before I start I'm going to go ahead and sew around all the sides, and then once I've done that, sew it over to make that loop for it to hang. Alright, here they are. I've done all of them. I've sewn them all over on the back, so that is looking good. Now I have 13 of them. I wrote out happy birthday, so I know each one, which letter. I have enough for all the letters of happy birthday, pretty much. And I'm thinking of doing another couple to kind of do as spacers in between, but I haven't done those yet. I figured I would start finishing this first. Now I don't have the letters on these. I'm debating what to do. So I could either do just like an iron-on and an iron-on letter that they have at the craft stores. I could make my own letters and like applique them on. I want this to be used a lot and be able to be washed. So that's what I'm really trying to figure out, whether an applique letter would hold up the best or whether like an embroidery iron-on letter would last the best. So I don't know. Another thing I mentioned is that it's only primary colors. I did have pink and purple polka dot, but I didn't end up using those because I wanted this to be able to be used for a boy or a girl. So, but I'm really liking how this looks. I'm going to go ahead and string them, well, lay them out and decide which order I want them to go in. And then after that, I'll string them through. And I think that's going to be it for this video. I'm going to not wait to show you the letters. I'm going to go ahead and show you this because if you just wanted a banner that to decorate, this would work, this tutorial. But I'll probably do another video where I show you the end result of whether I make applique letters or whether I go ahead and just get iron-on. We'll see. I'm not sure. I still have a couple more weeks before I need to give this to my friend. So I've got a couple weeks to finish this, but I figured I'd go ahead and load this video up today. Thanks so much for watching. I hope you got some ideas and that you'll try to make your own banner, whether it's a happy birthday one or not. Thanks so much for watching. Have a great day. Well, here it is all laid out. I had to string it over, and I know I mentioned adding extra pieces, but I'm not sure how that would work. It is already super long. This is all the ribbon that I have, so if I decide to add extra pieces, I'm definitely going to have to do a different type of ribbon or rope. But overall, I think this is really cute. I'm not done with it because I still want to add the happy birthday letters, but here's how it is so far.